Yo, what's good? Solidus-T. Thought I fuck with y'all on some boxing shit. Get into something. You dizig. You know, my fault. I had to look at something real quick. But yeah, man. Shit. Nah, man. Turkey came out with the video talking about Canelo was back. Canelo's in the video with him. I think it came out yesterday. He's talking about Canelo was back. Big, big. This is Turkey Al-Sheik's words. Big, 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 big fight in September. The opponent will be a surprise, mystery, or what have you, things such like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I wonder who his opponent's going to be. Keeping it real, like, I wonder who his opponent's going to be because they're saying that it's going to be Mexico versus the world. It's going to be Canelo as the main guy, and it's going to be a bunch of Mexican fighters, and they're going to be fighting them and shit, fighting each other. And it's going to be fighters that are not Mexican against Mexican boxers led by Canelo. That's what the event's going to be. Kind of similar to what they did with the yo, what up? Kind of similar to what they did with the Rise of the Samurai, the NOA, where they had the Japanese versus Mexican fighters or what have you. So that's pretty much what we got going on. So I want to know who, like, I guess we'll find out eventually, but I ain't gonna lie, this might be a disaster. I don't know if people gonna fuck with this, call in or whatever. It is what it is, but just want to know what people's guesses is going to be on who his opponent's going to be. Because I'm looking at it like this. It can't be Crawford because he already fought Crawford. So that wouldn't be a surprise. Because remember, he said it's going to be a surprise. It can't be a surprise if it's a guy that you already fought. So it can't be Crawford. And I'm trying to think, will it be... I'm not even sure if I could say it'd be the Bavard rematch, even though that was some years ago now, but he already fought him. So it has to be somebody that we don't know of. You feel what I'm saying? So it should be a nice little scrap. Because honestly, I think because y'all know how Turkey get down. He's only going to put you in there with somebody that's going to challenge you. He ain't going to give you a layup. He gave Canelo a layup with William Skull because that was to get the IBF back to be undisputed for the big fight with the new TBE. That's what that was. Other than that, all right, for sure, I got you. All right, for sure. So we can't be all right, boxing 9741. I got you. So it can't be so it can't be somebody that where he's going to win. It has to be somebody that's going to actually challenge him. You feel what I'm saying? And that's who he's going to be fighting, obviously. But I just want to know who people think it is. And I'm doing this because a bunch of dumb motherfuckers saying that it's going to be Crawford, it's going to be the Crawford rematch. You guys are not paying attention, bro. Turkey Al-Sheikh said it's going to be a surprise. Why would fighting Crawford again be a surprise? It's obviously going to be somebody he hasn't fought yet. That's an actual matchup. I'm thinking either Shiraz or maybe he comes back and fights that Iglesias dude. It's going to be somebody that's going to be an actual threat to Canelo. It's not going to be an easy fight. He already fought Crawford, so that can't be a surprise. So I don't believe it's going to be Crawford. I don't believe it's going to be Benavidez because Benavidez is doing cruiserweight and then light heavyweight stuff. So I don't believe it's going to be him. So who do y'all think it's going to be? I want to see if people are going to call in. That's really why I'm doing this. The link is in the chat. I'm trying my luck with this, but I really don't. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Trying my luck with this shit. This shit kind of funny. Oh yeah, as far as the avatar go, the Canelo and the clown thing. Now you see that avatar, right? And you see Canelo in the clown suit. So you think that it's Canelo, and I'm dissing Canelo, but actually, even though that's Canelo in the clown suit, it's a diss to his fans. You dig? Because I like Canelo. Canelo is like, from interviews and the way he carried himself, he seemed like a real solid dude. Like, oh, okay, this the homie and shit, the homie Canelo. You know what I mean? It's his fucking fans I fucking cannot stand. So that's a diss to his fans. Even though that's him in the clown suit, I'm dissing his fans with that. Because I fucking hate Canelo fans. Hate is a strong word, and I probably should be up here saying I hate something, but I ain't gonna cap. When it comes to boxing, shout out to Canelo as a fighter. He's good, but fuck his fans. I hate Canelo fans. I'm just keeping it real. I can't stand them motherfuckers. These motherfuckers never keep it real. They never keep that same energy, crying like a bitch because they lost. I just don't respect that. I just don't respect that. But Canelo as a fighter, I fuck with though. So shout out to Canelo. You said, I feel like it might be a cherry pick Solidus. Yeah, to clear Canelo name up. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but then I would be surprised because Turkey, he only does big fights where guys are fighting guys that are actually going to be a threat. Kind of like how he did Jared Anderson with Martin Bacoli. Jared Anderson ain't never fought nobody like that before in his whole professional career. He was fighting guys, no disrespect to those guys, but those guys were layups that he was fighting with top rank. And then Turkey's like, if you want this bag, you got to fight somebody that's going to give you a 50-50 fight. He go over there and fight dude, and then you saw what happened. So he only does fights where you're fighting a guy that's going to challenge you. That's how Turkey get down. So I can't see Turkey just doing something different. A lot of real Mexican pages on Facebook I follow have memes of Canelo as a clown. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. They still talking about you on IBFP Live. It is what it is. I ain't really worried about that because, like I said, there's really nothing else to say about IBFP at this moment because I already told y'all how he's pandering to them sucker ass fans that want to get on here and talk bullshit. That's his audience. He's pandering to them. He's not keeping it real. And then, like I said, the people on that panel, I ain't going to cap, but I don't really respect because I know they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm not really worried about that. And if they still talking about me, it is what it is. So it is what it is. Do you think Virgil ducking? That's a good question. Because honestly, it's like this. I don't think Virgil is scared to fight anybody, and that includes Boots. I believe Virgil will fight anybody. He don't give a fuck. People disagree with what I'm about to say, but this is how I feel, so I'm gonna say it. I feel like there's a difference between just being flat out scared of somebody or just simply not wanting to take a fight because you're not 100% confident you'll win. So you're like, I'm gonna skip that for now. But just being scared where you're like terrified of another man. I don't believe Virgil is scared of Boots. I think he would fight him, but I think he's probably thinking this dude might beat me. So I'm not going to fight him right now. If that makes sense. A lot of people disagree with that and they say it means the same thing, but that's how I feel. So I'm going to say he's not scared of him where he will be considered ducking, but he's probably looking like, I don't want to fight him right now because the way Boots fight, it's like You look at the if you evaluate the way Boots fight, and if you evaluate the way Virgil fight, Boots is obviously better, and he obviously has the skill set to beat a Virgil. And obviously, Virgil's side, they know that. So they're just not in a hurry to take that fight. But do I think Virgil is like a scary dude that won't fight somebody? No, I doubt that. I don't believe that. So I'm gonna say he's not ducking, but he's just playing it smart. I'm gonna say that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you would agree with that or not. So I'm gonna say no. He's just playing it smart. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that. So I'm gonna say no. I think it might be both sides, to be honest. They trying to marinate the fight. That could be true because it's a non-title fight. Neither one of them are champions at 54. I think Boots is an interim, but not that's the secondary champion. He's not the main champion. So it could be that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because obviously that fight would be bigger if it was a title fight. I think we all know that. So I think we both could tell that. But no, I don't think the nigga's scared. I think he just ain't trying to get that smoke right now. So who knows? So I'm hearing they're going to pivot. So when it comes to Ortiz, I don't know who Boots is going to fight if he's not going to get the Ortiz fight next. So that's TBD, right? But I'm hearing Virgil, he might fuck around and pivot to Fundora. They're saying that Fundora might fuck around and get out of that Thurman fight somehow. And it might be Ortiz and Fundora fighting next. That's what I heard. Don't know how much validity is to that, but that's what I heard. You said Virgil definitely ducking. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. He's pricing himself out. You're not a champion, but you're asking for a big pay. That's obviously going to cause issues. You're not truly a prize fighter because you're not a champion. So that's a form of ducking. I would say that. I just don't want to say Virgil is scared. I'm just not sure I want to say, oh, he's scared of Boots. I don't know if I want to say that. But I do agree. It definitely seems like he's not trying to fight him right now. That's for sure. And yeah, that's looked at as ducking, yes. Because because the way Boots' skill set, it might be too much for Virgil. He got to deal with too much fighting Boots. Boots is not just going to stand there. He's movement, like boxing, high IQ, high quality boxing. It's not basic where I'm just going to come forward and throw punches and that's it. Like, nah, it's more versatility than that. Hard to deal with that. So yeah. So, and then Boots is strong, knows how to punch, fast hands. When he locks in, his defense is good. So yeah. He said Virgil smokes Boots. It's boxing, anything can happen. So I don't want to be 100% dismissive of that. Because it's boxing, anything can happen. Floyd Mayweather always says one punch to change the fight. It just takes one punch. But I'm going to be honest with you, though. I don't think Virgil smokes Boots. I think it's the other way around, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen fights where Boots kind of like is lazy on defense, and then I've seen fights where he's not lazy and he was really hard to hit. So, yeah. So it could be bad habits, but yeah, I agree with that. You need to tighten up. Because when I watch Boots fight, that's the only flaw I see in him. Like, his defense can get lazy, getting hit. Like the Stanionis fight, he got hit with a few left hands he probably could have avoided getting hit by. His defense were lazy in the moment. So that's probably the only flaw I see in Boots' fighting. Other than that, shit, he's damn near an A+ fighter, keeping it real. So yeah, I agree with that. He need to tighten up that defense. That's a fact. Shit. So yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But the Canelo shit, I just find it interesting. Like, who is going to be his opponent? Because Benavidez, he took the Cinco de Mayo spot. That's his holiday to fight on now. So Canelo, you gotta take a back seat due to September and the Mexican Independence Day celebration. He asked me, do you think Boots more skilled than Crawford? Do I think Boots is more skilled than Crawford? Let me see. No, I don't. I think Crawford's a little bit more skilled. Not by that much, though. Because Boots, you know, I know you heard this before. He kind of fights like Crawford a little bit. He's just not as good as Crawford, but he kind of fights like Crawford. That's why, you know, a while ago they were saying he was baby Crawford or whatever. But I wouldn't say he's more skilled than Crawford, though. I don't think so. Well, yeah, but you can tell Boots is a fan of Crawford, though. Solidus, I don't know who I'm choosing for Inoue versus Nakatami fight. Shit, Inoue the safe bet. That's going to be a good fight, regardless of what happened with Hernandez. But shit, if I was you, I'd pick Inoue. I'm thinking Shiraz or Resendez. Shiraz or Resendez for Canelo in September. Honestly, if he fights Shiraz, I'm going for Shiraz. I ain't going to cap. If he gets matched up with Shiraz, I'm going to be rooting for Shiraz. If he fight Resendez, I'm going to root for Canelo. But I don't think it's going to be Resendez, though, because remember, he said it's going to be Canelo and a bunch of other Mexican fighters fighting against fighters that are not Mexican. You dig? So Resendez, from what I understand, is a Mexican dude. So I don't think it would be Resendez. But let's say he were to fight him just for whatever reason, I would favor Canelo in that matchup. But if he fights Shiraz, I got Shiraz beating Canelo. I think Shiraz can do it. If that fight happens, I'm rolling with the UK on this, Shiraz. I honestly think Nakatami can pull it off, Solidus. I like Inoue, though. I mean, possibly. I think Inoue going to touch that chin. Nakatami might take a nap. Me personally. We'll see. We're definitely going to find out, though, because the fight's set May 2nd. That's not too far off. It's already mid-January. So it's coming up real soon. Coming up real soon. Yeah, so, yeah. But nah, I got it. I got Inoue in that fight. Shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Inoue by stoppage. I got Inoue. Inoue touched that jaw. Got Inoue taking him out. How do you use StreamYard? Nah, you just type it in. Just type in StreamYard, set up your email account, and then it just comes up. Like I don't know if you got an Android or an iPhone. Just go on there, the menu, whatever. Just type in StreamYard, and it'll ask for your email account. Set that up. Then the basic just comes up. It's really easy. It ain't no stretch. I've been had this at my disposal to use. I just don't like. I'm not really into doing like panels where people come on here. I'm just trying this out. This is not something I'm going to be doing on the regular. It's just going to be for certain topics I'm gonna do this, but most of my shit's going to be just me doing solo work. So there's just certain topics I'm gonna have the thing where I let people call in or whatever. But ain't nobody fucking with me though. Ain't nobody calling in right now. But nah, that's cool though. This is a small channel, so we ain't got it like that. It's all good though. We still keeping the gangster. You know what it is. Bam versus Inoue is a firefight. Yeah, when it comes to the Bam and Inoue shit, so I want to say this. I'm glad you brought that up. So is Bam going to follow in Crawford's footsteps and be the next fighter that moves up multiple weight classes to challenge a great fighter and beat him? Is Bam going to be the next fighter to do that? Because it can't be Crawford the only one that does that. Somebody else got to do that. Bam is an ideal candidate, but can he do it though? You know what I'm saying? Because Bam is saying that he's going to retire when he turns 30. He's 25, 26 right now. He said his pops doesn't want him fighting past 30 and shit, right? For health reasons. And that makes all the sense in the world. Shout out to his pops. So his career is coming to an end because you know how fucking fast 4 or 5 years going to go. So is he going to be the next fighter to fuck around and go up and beat Inoue like Crawford did Canelo? Is he going to be the next fighter to do that? You know what I'm saying? That is a good story, and that's the talk. Like, can he do it? And I'm going to be honest, when it comes to comparison between Inoue and Bam, I ain't going to cap. Bam is really, really good, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all. He ain't fucking with Inoue. Bam is good, though. I like Bam Rodriguez. Great fighter. If he were to retire today, I would say it's a Hall of Famer if he were to retire today. You know what I mean? Great fighter. I like Bam. You know what I'm saying? Skilled dude. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bam. Shout out to San Antonio, Texas. You know. But he ain't fucking with no Inoue. Inoue, I feel like Inoue wrap him up. Me personally. Inoue wraps him up. But you know what? I'm gonna do another show, depending if I can get some callers where I'm gonna ask that. Is Bam the next fighter to do that? That's gonna be another topic. All right, for sure. I got you. Benavidez doing that, moving up. Yeah, that Benavidez and Zerto fight, that's going to be smooth right there because Zerto ain't no bitch. So I favor Benavidez to win that fight, but I know it's going to be tough because Zerto ain't no bitch. Zerto Ramirez ain't no hoe. Like, that dude can fight. So I'm going to say that's a tough fight, but I favor Benavidez to win. And then we'll see what happens with the light heavyweight thing after that. Get this egg. So if anybody want to call in and speak their piece on who they think Canelo's next opponent is going to be in September, feel free to. If not, I'm about to wrap it up soon. So I'm only doing this to see if I can get people to call in. If there's no call-ins, then I ain't going to cap, but I got something coming up that I got to get into, so I ain't going to be on here too much longer. Shit. You said Ja Apataya overhyped Benavidez stops him. Yeah, I'm not big on Ja Apataya. He's a great fighter. It's not that I don't like him, but he gets a little bit too much hype for a guy with a so-called mid-resume. That's important because all these motherfuckers in the YTBC, they always bringing up your resume when it's a fighter they don't like. But when it's a fighter they like, they'll ignore that. You know, that's some bitch shit to me, but that's what everybody be doing. I don't respect that. But he's a great fighter though, but I ain't no Apataya fan or nothing like that. But yeah, man, if Canelo match up with Shiraz, man, I'm team Shiraz. Gonna put Canelo down. Just yeah, so I'm rolling with Shiraz, man. If that's who he fights. You should hop back on IBFP panel. I like when you cook them. Yeah, the thing that, I just don't like the panel members over there. And let me be clear about something. IBF a funny nigga, and he a funny style nigga. But I'll give him credit because he did let me come on his panel when he didn't have to talk boxing and kind of like give me some exposure in the YTBC. I'll give him credit for that. So I'm not mad at it. I just don't respect how he moved with the Canelo shit. That I just don't respect that. You know what I mean? But I really don't like the niggas that go on this panel. I can't stand them dudes. Like, them niggas do not know what they're talking about. They're just running their fucking mouths. You know, you say something about a Latino fighter that's not favorable. These niggas crying like hoes and shit. Then try to spin it on you, calling me racist and all that dumb shit, all because I said something that wasn't favorable about a Hispanic fighter. But then you motherfuckers always finding ways to discredit black fighters. Are you motherfuckers racist? You know what I'm saying? I just don't respect that. You know, I just don't respect that. And that's why I go on there and talk. You niggas, it's just mostly gibberish. And then another thing about that panel is every live they're arguing about Benavidez. They're literally saying the same shit to each other. After a while, you get tired of hearing that shit. Everybody knows Benavidez is a high quality fighter. What else there to say about him? You know what I mean? These niggas on there arguing about what he did back in 2020 and shit, stupid shit like that. You know? So who else these niggas be hating on? See, it's been a while since I've been on there and I ain't been listening. I honestly ain't been keeping up. I don't even know what they've been talking about recently. But yeah, but I do know they argue about Benavidez all the time. They be arguing with Mirage, Ashy Knuckles about Benavidez over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're tired of hearing that shit. You know? So, but nah, IBFP a funny nigga, man. I don't fuck with that nigga like that, man. He over there doing this glazing and pandering to them bitches. And when I say bitches, I ain't talking about women. So, I ain't worried about them niggas, man. Ain't worried about them niggas, man. You know? I tried to, then it's like, then let's say you get into it with one of them niggas over there and you want to debate. You can't even debate because you be talking to one person, 5 or 6 people got mouthpieces for that person. You can't even go one-on-one with a nigga. So it's like, it's a waste of time. Then anytime you start saying some factual shit, they want to talk over you and argue with you and shit. And it's like, now you got to argue with them. Because I'm not the kind of person that tolerates that. I'm just going to clash. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. You and Ash, you the only ones who let it real. Now, that's a fact. A lot of fakery over there, and I ain't with that shit. Niggas, like I say, I just don't respect how them dudes move. It's just not authentic. Benavidez or get his respect back from Crawford. Crawford still holds the ring belt at 168. Shit, he ain't gonna fight Benavidez, not at this point. If Canelo was gonna fight Benavidez, the best time to fight Benavidez would have been September 2023. Instead of wasting time fighting 54-pound Charlo, that should have been Benavidez. You know what I mean? And Canelo didn't do it. You know, he's not interested in fighting Benavidez. He would have did it by now. There should be no way they were in the same weight class all that time and have multiple opportunities to fight, and they don't fight. Now here we are in 2026, they're going to fight. Because Canelo is an aging fighter now. Benavidez is not at the point where he's aging yet. So it's like, people are going to say that Canelo's too old to fight Benavidez. You know, because his fans, they like to have it both ways, like a bisexual chick. They don't keep it real. So he ain't fighting no Benavidez. That shit ain't happening. And as far as fighting Crawford again, you must want to see Canelo get knocked out. Because he's not beating Crawford. There's nothing Canelo can do. He's not beating Crawford. Crawford went in there and exposed Canelo has fundamental flaws in his boxing, like I've been telling these guys. And if they fight again, he's going to beat him again. He's not beating Terrence Crawford. All you Canelo fans, I understand y'all Canelo fans, but get it through y'all fucking head. He's not beating Crawford. There's nothing he's going to do to beat that man. He's not going to magically develop all these high fundamental technical skills that would be required to beat a Crawford. He's not doing that. All you Canelo fans, get that shit in your head. You know, it's not happening, bro. If they fight again, Crawford's probably going to be the first man to stop Canelo. Or if not stop him, at least knock him down. Because he was getting Canelo. It's not happening, bro. Canelo's good, just not on that level. It's not happening. I know a lot of y'all mad Canelo fans. They probably going to listen to this mad and shit. I understand that. Who gives a fuck, right? It's the truth. He's not good enough to beat a Terrence Crawford. It's that simple. So if you want to see him fight him again, you just want to see Crawford get beat again. That's all. Because Crawford took his respect when he fought Canelo. You know, Canelo thought he was going to overpower Crawford. Nope. Canelo thought his pressure game would work against Crawford. Nope. Solid, it all stems because you didn't glaze Canelo before the Crawford fight. Yeah, but that's not keeping it real, though. How the fuck you get mad at somebody and want to disrespect them and call them out their name, talk about shit they got nothing to do with boxing, all because he don't want to dick ride or glaze Canelo? Like, what type of bitch ass shit is that? Like, come on now. Like I said, I don't respect that. You supposed to diss my boxing takes. This nigga talking about how I look in the face. Like, what type of gay shit is that? Like, nigga, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, all because I ain't glazing Canelo. Then when you niggas make the mistake and cam up, all you niggas is fat Mexicans. Like, come on now. Kill yourself. Yeah, they always do that. Canelo, next fight will be a layup. Turkey will look out for him this time. I hear you, but just understanding how Turkey get down, he usually don't do fights unless it's a fight where it's an actual challenge in the fight, where it's a 50-50 fight. But you could be right. I may be surprised and I might be wrong. So we're going to find out. I like Brim too. I think he need to be careful. Nuke might snake him one day. Canelo isn't even as skilled as they make him seem. Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. So because that's how the whole thing started with them guys over there. I was coming on there keeping it real about Canelo, and these niggas mad saying I'm hating and shit and making up shit and all type of fake shit they were saying, and everything I was saying was true. Like, Canelo has fundamental flaws in his boxing ability. He's good, yes, but there's some fundamental flaws that other fighters exceed at that he don't. And that's been exposed, you know? It's a fact. It's just like when he fought Bivol. I knew he was going to lose to Bivol. Bivol is way too skilled and fundamentally sound to lose to a Canelo. It's not happening, bro. Unless Canelo knock him out somehow, he's not beating that dude. Same thing with Crawford. Like, Crawford got skills out this world. Canelo ain't on that level. Canelo don't even use a jab with great footwork. He don't even fight like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's not the most skilled fighter. He's good, but he's not the most skilled. And them guys over there, they were talking like Canelo was fucking Sugar Ray Robinson and shit. Like, he's that good and shit. The way they was acting, like, what the fuck? The fuck is wrong with y'all? Them niggas was crazy as hell with that shit. Them niggas is acting like Canelo was better than Sugar Ray Robinson, bro, the way they was talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is crazy as hell. That shit is funny as hell when you think about it. Yeah, he's still a Canelo glazer. He's still a Canelo glazer. Like I said, his whole platform is built on glazing Canelo, and all his followers and audience are people that are on that same type of time. That's how he gets off. But like I said, I'll be fair. I'm not gonna be a cutthroat nigga. I'll be fair. I give him credit for letting me come on this panel and talk. That gave me some exposure when it comes to this YTBC shit. I'll give him that. He did that. So I'll give IBFP some. I'll cut him a break. So I ain't gonna talk too much shit about him, but I can't stand them niggas on this panel. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So I'll cut him some slack, reluctantly, but I'll cut him some slack. I remember IBFP said Prime Canelo beats Prime Mayweather. Yeah, he said a lot of crazy shit. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. You know, nobody want to call in at this time. It's cool. Maybe next time I get some call-ins. Maybe I'll come back with the same topic and there'll be some call-ins. It's all good. No disrespect. So, no disrespect. It's all good. All good. So, oh yeah, tonight, for those that are interested, tonight, Alexis Rocha and Raul Carriel is having a rematch tonight. If for those that got DAZN, and that's a great fight. The first fight was a great fight. I like that fight. I don't know if y'all I don't know if any of y'all seen that fight, but that was a great fight. And they're rematching tonight. The fight is tonight, not tomorrow, January 16th. So for those that want to watch boxing and want to watch the fight tonight, y'all should tune into that because that's a great matchup. Those are two great fighters. I like Raul Carriel and I like Alexis Rocha. The rematch, I'm a favor Rocha because he can box a little bit better than Carriel. Carriel is more like a puncher. Rocha is more like a boxer because he got the better jab. That's why I say that. But that should be another great fight. Y'all should check that out. Y'all ain't fucking around. You dig? Oh, my information's outdated. He pulled out? When did he pull out? Because I ain't heard shit all week about it. I was assuming the fight was on, but you're telling me he pulled out? If you don't mind, let me give me more information on that. Oh, yesterday. Okay, yeah. See, I didn't hear none yesterday, so I missed that. All right, no doubt, no doubt. All right, good looking, good looking. Yeah. Because I didn't pay attention to the build up this week about that, but I knew they were fighting on this date. But you're saying yesterday he pulled out. I ain't even know that. All right, good looking out. Appreciate that. The fight's still on, but it's a replacement. Okay. All right, cool. I'll still watch it because I like Raul Carriel. He's a good fighter. Shout out to Raul. I'll still watch it. Shout out to Alexis Rocha. Hope he get better. That's probably why I didn't hear about it because shit wasn't no hype when he pulled out. But yeah, shout out to that. You said it's funny how IBFP makes fun of Brim for supporting his guy Norman when there wasn't a bigger meat rider for Canelo than IBFP. That's facts. I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't really know when it comes to Brim. I don't really know what to say about Brim. He seemed like a cool dude overall, but I'm not sure why he keeps going on there just for them to like talk shit and say all type of jokes and kind of like cross the line with him. I'm not sure why he's cool with that. I don't know why. So because me personally, I feel like the nigga they should diss is still Mills. That's who should be getting dissed. I ain't thought about Still Mills in a while, but that's who they should be talking shit about because he be saying some crazy shit. They seem to like him though, so I don't know why. But yeah. But yeah, Brim seemed like he cool though, but I don't know why he goes over there and enjoys getting disrespected the way he does. I don't know. I don't know why that is. Whatever with that. But now I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Shout out to for the very few people that came in the chat. Chop it up. Hopefully people call in next time. I'm gonna let y'all go. I got to get into something. And, but yeah, Brim just think Nuke is playing around, in my opinion. But nah, right, facts. Yeah, Brim need to get a grip. Facts. But I'll holler at y'all next time. Deuces.